In this video, I'm going to look at Insta360's latest updates to the Insta360 ONE X app. I'm also going to look at two of the features against the GoPro Max to see how they compare. So the first update to the app that we're going to talk about is Color Plus. Now Color Plus is designed to enhance the colours in your 360 images. And you do this in the app by selecting the Color Plus toggle switch after you've finished your edit just before you export. And because this is not a camera update and it's an app update, it means that we can import previously shot footage and update that too. Now the Color Plus tick box is not in an obvious place. You'll find it as you go to export your clip. So once you've selected where you want to export your clip to, the tick box is in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. So let's take a look at some shots. The colours are richer in some of the shots and there is better contrast in the clouds when we have got clouds. And Color Plus definitely lifts the shadows, but I would say that if there is too much black, it does seem to introduce a bit of noise by lifting it too much. Sometimes I'd rather see the blacks a little crushed with less detail rather than too noisy and a little bit grey and washed out. The AI that the Color Plus uses is guessing after all, so it won't get it right every time. But I do think on some shots that without Color Plus, the shot does look a lot more natural. Let me know in the comments what you think about these comparisons and which ones you prefer. The frustrating thing for me with the Color Plus is that you don't just turn it on and off and it appears. It actually adds the Color Plus while it is processing the export, so you can't see it until it's completely exported. It'd be good if you could turn Color Plus on and off and see how it affects the shot live, so you don't have to wait for it to be processed. In my opinion, the colours from the GoPro Max and from GoPro cameras in general have always been better than the ONE X straight out of the camera. So let's see how they compare now with the Color Plus switch. Let me know in the comments about your first impressions about this comparison. Audio with the ONE X is pretty bad most of the time, and sometimes it's okay, depending on the conditions you're filming in. The ONE X has never been reliable for vlogging, and compared to the GoPro Max with its 6 microphones, the two cameras are just miles apart. So with this latest update, you can turn on an audio filter in the app, and then this enhances the sound of your voice and then lowers the volume of any extraneous sound that's going to be disrupting. You have three options with the audio filter. You can either leave it off completely, or you can select voice focus, which boosts vocals and moderately reduces ambient noise, or you can choose action focus, and action focus drastically reduces ambient noise such as gusts of wind. This is an audio test with the Insta360 ONE X outside, running all the latest app updates. So now let's switch on the voice focus filter. This is an audio test with the Insta360 ONE X outside, running all the latest app updates. This is an audio test with the GoPro Max outside to compare it to the Insta360 ONE X. So now let's give the ONE X an unrealistic but challenging environment. I'm here with my biggest fan and I'm doing an audio test with the Insta360 ONE X with all the latest app updates. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm here with my biggest fan and I'm doing an audio test with the Insta360 ONE X with all the latest app updates. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm here with my biggest fan and I'm doing an audio test with the Insta360 ONE X with all the latest app updates. Let me know in the comments what you think. So let's compare it to the GoPro Max under the same conditions. This is an audio test inside with my biggest fan to compare the audio to the Insta360 ONE X. The third and final update is Insta360 Stories. For a year now, Insta360 ONE X owners have wanted to combine different clips together in one edit. just like you can with the Insta360 Go and with GoPro Max Stories. So now with this update, that's exactly what you can do, and I think out of the 3 updates, this is the most exciting one for Insta360 ONE X owners. This update means that we can now combine several clips together into one edit, but not just clips from your ONE X album, you can also bring in clips from your phone's camera roll. If you've got the Insta360 Go already, then this process will feel really familiar to you. So you select Stories on the app, and then you select New Projects, and then you can import your clips, and you can add text, you can add transitions, you can adjust clips, replace clips. It gives you total flexibility. I'll be putting up a tutorial soon on Insta360 ONE X Stories, so please remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you're told straight away when I upload it. This update makes the app so much less restrictive and gives you a lot more creative options with your edits. It would be great if all of these features were also available in the Insta360 Studio on the desktop, but that may come in a later update. When I first heard that Insta360 were updating their ONE X app, I thought that maybe, given the timing, that this was a bad sign. I thought that maybe they were pacifying their customers with these small updates just because they had no other news to tell them and there was nothing in the pipeline. Previously with some companies, when there's been a new model camera that's just about to be released, they then stopped supporting the current model. So I was excited to see Mick's video from 360 Rumors when he announced 6 facts about Insta360's next camera. I messaged Mick recently and he said he's happy for me to repeat these 6 facts in case you missed his video. I've left a link to Mick's video and to his channel in the comments and in the description below, so please go over there, check it out and subscribe to his channel. So here are the 6 facts about Insta360's next camera. So this will be their new flagship consumer camera and will compete directly with cameras like the QCam. There's lots of excitement surrounding the spec of the QCam camera, so it'd be interesting to see what features the Insta360 adopt and what features they compete with, and how many of those features they can compete with while still retaining that action camera friendly size that they've got with the ONE X. So the next camera is going to have a touchscreen. Well, there's no surprise really, it just had to happen. We've got a touchscreen with the GoPro Max. We've got a touchscreen with the QCam camera coming up. A touchscreen will mean sometimes we won't even have to use the app, because we'll be able to access all of the camera functions and make whatever changes that we need to make via the touchscreen. It will make the camera so much easier to use. It's going to be waterproof. Well, this is another feature that's ticked off my wish list. No longer will I have to go out with a clunky case like the Venture case just to avoid a few raindrops. You're going to still need some protection for the lenses against stone chips, so it'd be interesting to see what sort of approach they have with that, whether they adopt the same sort of lenses that the GoPro Max has adopted or whether they come up with some other solution. And of course, because of light refractions underwater, we will need a proper dive case if we want to do underwater filming. It will have better image quality. Well, I would like to see Color Plus type images straight out of the camera with no extra processing. And if they are at a higher resolution as well, then that would be great, as long as Insta360 can maintain their excellent workflow. We know they're competing with cameras like the QCam and with that incredible spec, but we'll just have to wait and see how they're going to improve their image quality. Their next camera is not going to replace the Insta360 ONE X. It will still be available and they're still going to support it. It just shows their commitment to continue to support and improve their current model. Finally, the camera will be announced in December. Well, that's like 2 weeks. How exciting is that? So what will this camera be called? The ONE X Mark II? The 2X? The ONE X Max? Who knows? This is a really exciting time to be involved in 360. There are so many new cameras and so much choice. Please let me know in the comments what you think about the new Insta360 updates and about their next camera. What features are on your wish list for their next camera? My name is Rich from Eat Sleep 360 and I'll see you on the next video.